We're chatting with Andy Mack from Mac Stanley, and it's basically it's 8:30 in the morning, Monday morning, and you just launched your track debut for all the people sitting in the traffic listening to the morning show.
That's right.
Andy, tell us before we talk about the track. Tell us give us that small little narrative between Flat Stanley and Mac Stanley, just to let us readers know.
Sure, it's a pretty simple story. We've been obviously Flat Stanley for years in this country. In 2009, we got offered a really nice licensing deal in Germany, but before we could release in Germany, we had to get clearance on the Flat Stanley name, and unfortunately, Flat Stanley's a well-known range of children's books and comics. And the label didn't feel comfortable to release as Flat Stanley in Europe and North America because of that copyright. So we had 24 hours after this long negotiation to come up with a new name. We kind of shot 10 at them. They chose Mac Stanley. And so for the last couple of years, we've been Mac Stanley in Europe and Flat Stanley back home, which creates a very complicated situation on the World Wide Web. So we decided that as soon as the new album came out in South Africa, we would rebrand here to Mac Stanley so that it's one name internationally, and that's the reason. There's absolutely no lineup change, no change of direction. It's just simply a formality, a name change.
And then obviously with the new track that just dropped, there's obviously an album. So
that's right. Yeah.
So tell us about the album.
Well, the new album's called Lucid, Alive and Dreaming, and was produced by Brian O'Shea and Chris Tuck. The last time the two of them worked together was on the Sarin Gas stuff shortly before it became Seether. So we hope that's a good omen. We've recorded it over the course of 2011 into early 2012 here in Cape Town.
Where did you record?
We recorded at a studio called Digital Forest in Constantia, a really nice place. And then Neil Snyman mixed the album, got mastered by Sterling Sound in New York. And we're really, really happy with it. It's 12 tracks. We're proud of the way that it's come together, and we hope that our existing fan base enjoys it and that we get some new fans in the process too. So.
Awesome. And you basically debuted, that's the first single to right. This morning. So tell us about the new single.
Yeah, it's called Hold On. It's a pretty anthemic kind of sort of sing-along rock hook chorus. It amuses me when I think about the song because I came home to my then fiancée, now wife, after Neil and I had been working on it in his home studio long before we went into tracking it. Yeah. And I was just, that feeling when you're buzzing after something's just come right. And I came flying home and went, I think we've just written one of the coolest choruses that we've ever written in our time of writing songs. And she was like, oh, it's amazing. And being a lyrics girl, she was like, how does it go? And then I was like crestfallen because the lyrics literally are hold on. So there wasn't a hell of a lot else to kind of add to the process. And I kind of dejectedly slunk away to the lounge to kind of lick my wounds. But yeah, it's just a big anthemic kind of sing-along kind of thing. I think this is our third album, and the progression from first to second and now to third has been that first album was very acoustic, very stripped down, because that's kind of how the band had started. Second album was, after the success from the first album, we'd found ourselves on bigger stages, playing to bigger crowds. So we ended up writing slightly more anthemic songs. And I think that's kind of threaded through to the third album, along with quite a bit bigger production on this album as well. Hesitant to kind of pigeonhole it, but I mean, the influences like Snow Patrol and Coldplay and kind of those kind of bands that we've been listening to a lot in the run-up to this thing, some of those kind of little touches have found their way on. Like, we've never really had much in the way of keyboards and electronica kind of on our stuff, and it just seemed to fit on this one. So we're very excited about gigging it now, because the songs, we've always been a live band first and foremost. We've always felt that we do better live than in the studio, which is something we're proud of as well, because I think that's the essence of what a band should be all about. And these songs sound amazing live. So
talking about live, you guys got a tour planned?
Look, so the single, we've had a really good relationship with the guys here at The Breakfast Show and 94.5 for a long time. And so I promised Ryan and the team ages ago that when it came time for releasing the first single, that they would get global first spin. So that's why we're here right now. This single gets submitted to the rest of radio in the course of the next couple of days, and then provisionally due for release. The album Lucid, Alive and Dreaming should come out in early August. And yes, coupled with the national launch tour. This coming Friday evening, we've decided, because it's been long overdue that we get some gigging done here in Cape Town, we're playing a free show for the fans in Cape Town.
Where's that going to be?
It's Main Road, Greenpoint, Rhapsodies. Used to be the old News Cafe venue. It's now Rhapsodies. And doors open at 7 o'clock. Band on stage at 9 o'clock. Completely free show. You can't book tickets. You can't reserve. First come, first serve. Doors will close once the place is
What
packed.
day? What day?
Oh, Friday the 15th of June.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
yeah. So, if you're watching this and you're in Cape Town and you're keen to come and see some of the new songs along with all the old hits, Friday 15th June at Rhapsodies, Main Road, Greenpoint.
And tell us, just before we finish, tell us any videos in the pipeline?
Funny you should say that. On Monday evening, the Monday after this Friday, we will be shooting the video for this single, Hold On. It's all a bit go because I leave for Europe on Wednesday for a couple of meetings and some stuff which we're setting up over there. So this week it's kind of release single, play gig, shoot music video, finish off admin on distribution deal, and then go overseas. So,
Busy.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a good thing. So.
Andy, thanks for chatting to Rolling Stone, and good luck with the new album, man.
Dude, that's the most amazing sentence I've ever heard. Thank you for chatting to Rolling Stone. Rock on.